The SNP government passed the bill to ban free speech in Scotland, and new evidence exposes Nicola Sturgeon financial corruption and her links to the Iranian regime. Hello everyone and welcome to today's first programme. It was a busy day yesterday for the Scottish Parliament and the SNP politicians. They decided to ban free speech in Scotland. They finally passed their bill. Humza Yousaf, the Justice Minister, was responsible for this, backed up by Nicola Sturgeon, the First Minister, and everybody else in the SNP establishment. While that happened, we now have new evidence proving that the SNP are still involved with financial corruption, misusing millions of pounds of taxpayers' money, and also some new evidence showing that Nicola Sturgeon is quite close to the Iranian clerics. Now, if you're a member of the channel, I'm going to have an announcement in case you've missed the last few videos, which I've again mentioned this, but just watch to the end of the video and I'm going to talk about that. But first, let's talk about this bill that has been passed by the Scottish Parliament. 82 members of the Scottish Parliament voted yes, only 32 voted against, and 4 of them decided to abstain. Now, this is absolutely shameful that 82 members, elected members of the Scottish Parliament, have decided to actually go against their own bosses, the voters, the taxpayers in Scotland. And we're going to explain the problems with this specific bill because Humza Yousaf, who is the Justice Secretary of the SNP government in Scotland, this has been his dream and vision for a long time to finally ban free speech. And one of the main problems with this specific bill is that now family members will face being criminalized at the dinner table. Like, at a dinner table, if a family member says something offensive or makes a joke that's offensive or someone takes offense, then they will be in trouble and the police could actually raid their home and go inside and actually send them to jail. This is actually going crazy because there were a lot of members who tried to exclude the comments made in private homes being, again, criminalized. This was rejected by Humza Yousaf and his minions in the Scottish government. This is actually, I mean, we've had legislations in this country that were against free speech. This is on a whole different level. For example, one category is jokes about age or comments about age. So, if a father or mother talks to their child and say that you're too young to understand this, that's ageist, and the kid could actually call the police. If the kid says that to their parents, the mother or father, saying that, oh, you guys are too old for this, whatever we're going to do, again, technically speaking, the parents could call the police and the child would be arrested. Really? I mean, why? Why should it be the job of the state to actually, again, legislate when it comes to speech at home? That's one issue. But generally speaking, like within society, that shouldn't be a case anyway. Free speech is free speech. Unless you incite, actual physical force, then yeah, that you're crossing the line. That's the same with everywhere. I mean, in the United States of America, thanks to the Constitution, that's protected. We don't really have that in this country. And now these politicians, with little or no life experience really, a lot of them just after university they just get into the political circle and climb the ladder and become politicians. And this is what they do. They don't understand, or they've forgotten how real life actually works. Now, Scottish Conservatives decided to kick off. There's a Justice spokesman, Liam Kerr, said that we strongly oppose the attacks on freedom of speech through this bill. We voted against it because it's a danger to freedom of speech. It's true. And they've also said, it's a fundamental right. There is a difference between using the government, those who are in favor of big government. There's a difference in using government to intervene, to help people, using safety nets, using the NHS, for example, and even subsidizing at times. But this is why should it be the job of the state to create this sort of mentality? This is the sort of thing that you've seen in movies or TV shows or comedy shows. Like if you've seen Parks and Recreations, when the Venezuelan officials came to America and they were trying to praise their own government. If you haven't seen this clip, let's watch this. This is basically Humza Yousaf if he wears a hat.
You're stealing, right to jail. You're playing music too loud, right to jail, right away. You're driving too fast, jail. Slow, jail. You're charging too high prices for sweaters, glasses. You right to jail. You undercook fish, believe it or not, jail. You overcook chicken, also jail. Undercook, overcook. You make an appointment with the dentist and you don't show up, believe it or not, jail, right away. We have the best patients in the world because of jail.
Because of jail. This is literally the future of the SNP government and Hamza Yusuf. Overcooked chicken, right to jail. And the political satire existed for decades and centuries. Somehow, real life politics is becoming as ridiculous as political satire. Now, this is a very important issue. While it's ridiculous, there are memes going around social media like this from a family having dinner while having Hamza Yusuf and John Swinney, the Deputy First Minister, just double checking if everything's actually quite civilized. This is the same SNP government who cannot handle their own domestic policies. They can't even handle the basics of the Scottish the government in general. This is the same government that decided to misuse taxpayers' money without telling the taxpayers. They decided to actually sign a contract, a guarantee, 25 years guarantee, give guarantee to a steel company that we just discovered. Firstly, these companies are going down. They're in massive financial crisis, which means guaranteeing it and £1,600 million worth of this package, the taxpayer will be in massive trouble and they'll be in massive debt because of it. And also the route that they decided to use is basically unlawful, or actually illegal, as they say. Government in secret. Brilliant. This is the problem with the devolution that we created. The mainstream media are not scrutinizing Scottish politics. They're not even scrutinizing Welsh politics or Northern Irish politics. This happens. They can get away with anything they want. They've decided to do this. No one's talking about this. Where is the media on this issue? You can see that article yourself if you want to pause and read it yourself. But this is the same Nicola Sturgeon and the SNP government that, again, we discovered. New footage and images have now emerged from a couple of years ago. Nicola Sturgeon, the First Minister of Scotland, pictured with the Iranian clerics, Iranian regime, and the SNP government. This isn't the first time, by the way, but this is the latest that we have, where she wasn't just taking a picture, she was actually speaking at an event, in the name of unity, being friends with our Iranian brothers and sisters. Well, mainly brothers, because I don't see any sisters in that room, unless they're in a separate room, because they always usually divide the room, segregate. Yeah, this is absolutely shambolic. Why? Why is the Scottish government even getting involved with this sort of foreign affairs? Why should you even have a meeting with the Iranian regime at a time when we're having a lot of problems with these people? You don't encourage this. This is not how you create peace. You now think the Iranian government is now, well, we just had a meeting with the First Minister of Scotland. We've decided that we are now friendly with the West. Yeah, all the things we've been chanting for the past 30, 40 years, don't worry about it. Nicola Sturgeon came, made a speech, and she told us about that you can't speak at dinner tables. We really like that policy. The SNP are doing the same policies as us in Iran. I'm guessing that's why they get along, because there's the same sort of policies that you see in Iran. Free speech doesn't exist in Iran. Free speech doesn't exist in Scotland. Taxpayers' money is being misused by Iran. Taxpayers' money is being misused in Scotland by the SNP. And education and health is being completely abandoned by the Iranian government. Education and health has been abandoned by the Scottish government. A lot of similarities, except for the hairstyle and lack of beard. And I don't understand this. This is absolutely crazy. But this channel is there to expose these politicians, regardless of where they are and if they are hiding away from the mainstream media. They can't hide away from us. Now, the next video is going to focus on a different part of the UK, Wales, because Mark Drakeford, the guy in charge of Welsh politics, has decided to ban and cancel men. I'm going to talk about that in the next video at 8 p.m. But if you are a member of this channel, if you've been on the higher tier, activist or special advisor, then it's time for you to double check your membership, because we've made some changes and we all have everyone on the same tier. So that way, actually, you're going to be paying less every month, but you'll be getting more benefits. We've added the newsletter, which we're going to launch, where you can actually sign up, hopefully tomorrow or Sunday. And then every Sunday, we're going to have the newsletter. Every Monday, we have the Q&As. Every Wednesday we have the video calls and everything else. You get discount and merch. If you want to become a member, find the join button next to subscribe under the video, or you could just go on the description box below and find the link to join and become a member. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget, as usual, to subscribe to the channel. I'm Mahyar Tousi, and I'll see you guys in the next video.